Hello, and welcome back to the iRacing Driving School. For most of the iRacing Driving School, we've spent our time talking about how to drive in ideal conditions. But what about when the weather isn't perfect? You may have noticed that different track conditions can affect your experience. For example, a hotter track and a cooler track will afford you different levels of grip. But driving in the rain is its own skill set. It rewards patient and deliberate drivers who know how to adapt to changing conditions and maintain control at all times. Here, we're going to talk about how to both survive and make the most of a wet race. Here on iRacing, rain is possible in all series that have cars with rain tires, except for Rookie Series. But only specific cars and tracks on iRacing are enabled for rain racing. And for rain to show up in your session, both must be rain ready. To see the latest list of content that's rain ready, visit iracing.com/weather. When you load into a session, be sure to check the radar and forecast and plan accordingly before you get into the car. If your session is long enough to go from dry to wet, or vice versa, you'll want to take note beforehand. The forecast will be consistent from session to session on any given week in an official series, but that doesn't mean that rain will happen at the same time in each race, if it happens at all. The good news is that your crew chief and spotter will keep tabs on the weather and competition, so make sure to listen to your radio all race long.
Rain should clear up soon.
Many cars have adjustable brake bias settings that you can tweak. Moving your brake bias to the rear will help with front lock under braking and prevent you from sliding off track. Generally, the heavier the rain, the more you want to send your brake bias to the back of the car. Also, if your car has specific anti-lock brake or traction control settings for wet weather, be sure to use these as well. Once you get onto a wet track, one of the most important things to keep in mind is that the ideal driving line will change from what it is in the dry. The ideal dry line gets rubber buildup over time from cars driving on it. So when it's wet, that surface will be more slick. You'll want to try different lines around the track to search for maximum grip. Likewise, avoid other more slippery surfaces like painted lines, curbs, and especially puddles. They've also got even less grip in the rain. You'll also have to pay even more attention than usual to the cars around you, as a wet track makes mistakes easier to make for everyone. Other drivers who don't adapt their driving lines as quickly to the different weather, or who are stuck out in the rain on dry tires, can be perilous. Remember, our incident point system remains the same in the rain, so drive carefully. Wet weather racing is an art form to those who master it, but if you build on the good habits of patience and flexibility that you've learned from previous lessons, you should find yourself comfortable racing in the rain in no time. Good luck!